back for day number 3 of Wwe 2K22. We're going to get things started off here on the channel. First of 3 uploads today. Got another gameplay video going up though. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan here on the channel. And folks, if you have not yet, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more Wwe 2K22 here on the channel. Later today, we're going to be playing some My Career / My Rise for the first time. We're going to try that mode out, and then like the first 2 days of this game's existence, we'll be playing some more GM mode. So all that to look forward to, and we'll roll the entrances, and I'll see you guys when the match does start.
The evil is mine.
So I mean, I guess WWE wasn't really, messing with us using the Alexa Bliss theme song, even though, like, I hate this entrance. I hate this theme. I think this gimmick is just over now, honestly. Like, when the Alexa Bliss Fiend, like, possessed gimmick started, I was excited. Like, I was really pumped for this gimmick. Not because I thought, by the way, I think Alexa Bliss is great. I think her character works some of the best stuff, and what she does personally, given the lines and the stuff they give her, is great. Why they're just screaming in the crowd still, whatever. But what Alexa Bliss does with her character is great. Now, what WWE does with her character isn't all that, but I just don't like this gimmick anymore. I think it's overdone. I think she should go back to Goddess gimmick. With no Bray Wyatt on the roster anymore, this doesn't need to be a thing anymore. If Wyatt was still there and The Fiend and Wyndham was still in WWE, I think this could work, and I think it worked very well. The Funhouse, when Bliss and Wyatt were in the Funhouse, I thought it was some of the best stuff they did. I really dig that. But her alone, I think she's better with the Goddess gimmick. So we'll run the Liv Morgan entrance, and I'll talk to you guys right after.
From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan!
So we made this match a tables match because, we've just been trying out all the different match stipulations so far in this game. I guess while this match is running in the background, I'm just going to talk about my experience playing this game so far, because I think, especially in the My GM mode, because that's really what I've been playing the most, and you're going to see in our GM mode, or our 3rd episode of GM mode, when we're going to take it all the way to SummerSlam later today. Like, low-key just disappointed with the mode. Like, I think this game's not horrible. It's, a whole of a hell lot better than WWE 2K20. That game sucked, and you just couldn't play it. Truly, that game sucked ass. But, this game's better, but I just think the GM mode could be so much more, there could be so much more in that mode. You go back to a game that was literally made in 2006. SVR 2007 probably is the best GM mode. 06 is good too, but I played 07 the most. On the 360, and that game is so complete. That GM mode is so complete for a game that was made all the way back in 2006. And yeah, if you find out, really the algorithm on how to beat the GM mode, it does get old pretty quickly. Hell, you just book 6 rivalries at a time. You really only need 12 guys to book on SVR 2007. You just keep booking the same matches over and over and over again. Then you rotate the feuds every 3 months. But still, that mode is a lot deeper than what the hell we've got right now. Because, in hell, if you go to, SVR 2008, there's 3 brands in that game. This game, WWE 2K22, you can only book 2 brands. So, they have 4 brands available. There's Raw, SmackDown, there's NXT, and there's NXT UK, but I can't run, Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. I just have to do 1v1, which really sucks because, again, back in 2008, or 2007, SVR 2008, back in 2007, you could book ECW versus SmackDown versus Raw, and they had the amount of guys in the roster that you could actually book 3 shows or go up against 2 other shows. Say, I'm Raw, I'm booking against SmackDown and ECW. You could do that. Problem number 2 with the GM mode, there's no mid-card championship and there's no tag team championships. That's a big part of the company. I know the tag division and really the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship don't mean much anymore in WWE, especially compared to, I guess, AEW, where the tag division and, the TNT Championship means a lot. Hell, Scorpio Sky just won the title last night over Guevara, but just having more titles would help out the mode experience as a whole, and more than 3 matches would help too. You can only book 3 matches a week, So really, I mean, you only need a roster of like 8 guys, and you can really book a show and book it effectively. But like, okay, say I pick Kofi Kingston and I pick Big E, I can't pair the New Day together. The Usos are kind of useless in the game because, I mean, I'm not just going to be booking Jimmy Uso. I mean, I know they did in real life a couple years ago during the Thunderdome era, but like, the reason you're picking the Usos is to get the tag team, not to pair Jimmy in a random feud with Sheamus while I have Jey Uso in a random feud with Cesaro, right? Like, you can't book tag team feuds. I mean, you can book tag team feuds, but there's no championships to them. I don't understand why they didn't even at least put the tag titles in the game. There's a women's championship, of course, the main championship of the women's division, the only one. And I mean, there's no women's tag team division either, which, I mean, I don't blame them for not putting that in the game. But you only have the women's championship, and then you have your, of course, your world championship, which is either the WWE championship or the Universal championship. That's all you got, which kind of sucks. I mean, it really kind of does. Just considering, again, a game made in 2007 literally had every single championship in the game available to you. When looking at the rivalry system, I wasn't the biggest fan of like how you would have to hire writers and stuff for the old games. Like, I thought it was cool, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm honestly not against what they do in this game where you just, you know, do a call out promo and it starts the feud for you. I'm not against that, honestly. I mean, there's worse in this game, and that honestly doesn't annoy me that much. What does annoy me, though, is the limited roster that you can pick through when you go through the draft every single time. Like, I didn't, again, the series we're doing, in the draft, there was no Roman Reigns, there was no Seth Rollins. Like, the highest pick on the board was Brock Lesnar, I think. I mean, Edge, I think, was a high pick. Becky Lynch, Asuka, those were the top names on the draft board. Again, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, I can go in there. The top guys are Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Randy Orton, Edge, Triple H, John Cena, Batista, Mick Foley. They're all there, and you can pick them in every single draft. It's not limited per what random draft pool you get, right? So this is another thing that kind of pisses me off is, by the way, in the match here, Liv Morgan got Alexa Bliss up, and okay, that's going to do it. Oh, all right. I mean, if you were paying attention in the background, we were just winning the entire match with Alexa Bliss, just going to work, and then we got pushed back against the table. Morgan's gonna pick up Bliss and throw her straight to the table, and that's all it took. I mean, I guess that's how tables matches always work in this game. We're gonna run this back, actually. So we're actually gonna, you know, just actually try to win with Bliss as soon as possible. We're gonna see how quick we can get this done with Alexa Bliss and not try to lose after dominating the match, and then just all of a sudden Liv Morgan comes back and picks up the win. So we're gonna run this back, run it back real quick. Let's see how quickly we can get Alexa Bliss to beat Liv Morgan here in the rematch while I finish my thoughts about GM mode. I think the perks aren't horrible, honestly, to the game, and the way that they added legends to the game isn't bad either. I don't like how there's no contracts, because I think that was a big part of the original GM mode, that you had to, you know, negotiate contracts with your different wrestlers on your brand. And I know through free agency you get them for a certain amount of weeks, but in the draft, right? I mean, if I want to pick, you know, say Swerve Strickland, right? I want to pick Swerve Strickland and I want to add him to my roster, but I don't know if I want him. I don't know if I want to give him a big money deal and keep him around for an entire year, or I only want him for 5 weeks. I can't make that decision because in the draft you get those guys for the rest of the GM mode, unless you release them, obviously, and take them off your contract. So again, just the small things like that, and you know, the major things. Only 3 matches a week really sucks. It really does, because a true GM mode, I mean, you're gonna watch SmackDown, you're gonna watch Raw, you're gonna watch any pro wrestling show. Most likely, they're a major wrestling show. I mean, I know like 1 hour NXT and, you know, AEW Rampage, they're 1 hour, but hell, Monday Night Raw's 3 hours, guys. I mean, it's too long, don't get me wrong, and it's a real tough one to get through watching Raw on Mondays. But if you want the game to be somewhat realistic, I mean, my goodness, you gotta give us a big card, because Raw and SmackDown aren't gonna only fill 3 matches and 2 promos. That's just not how it works. I mean, AEW gets that done in an hour on Fridays. So, just, again, the little things like that could really benefit the game mode. I hope they make it better for next year, because, again, we've been waiting for this mode since 2007. That was the last time there was a general manager mode in the game. And don't even get me started on Showcase mode. I think Showcase mode is a joke. WrestleMania 22 is not even in there. The triple threat with Orton, Rey Mysterio, and Kurt Angle when Mysterio finally won the World Championship. The Royal Rumble, I don't believe, is in there as well. I mean, the 2006 run for Rey Mysterio was the biggest that he's ever had, really. And I know the title run that he actually had after he won the championship wasn't great, but the chase the championship for Mysterio was crazy, as Alexa Bliss is going to try to win this match, running around, got it. Yeah, we won that in about, I don't know, 90 seconds. Alexa Bliss wins. And folks, yeah, that'll do it for this video here, this gameplay video with Bliss and Morgan. I'll finish my thoughts real quick about Showcase mode. Again, I think they could have done a lot better with the Rey Mysterio Showcase mode. I don't know why there's a random match with him and Grand Metalik in there. I'm probably not going to play it, but just, why don't you give us Road to WrestleMania back? I played that on SVR 2011 the other week. it's literally the greatest mode this game's ever seen. Like, it's better than GM mode. We need Road to WrestleMania back. Built-in storylines that the game creates. It's perfect. We need that back, and we need it back immediately. So those are my thoughts on WWE 2K22, blended in with the video here with the gameplay with Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. Folks, we'll be back later tonight with My Rise and My GM, so be on the lookout for both those videos. Thank you all for watching, folks, and Mamba forever.